I am making this video about the very intriguing philosopher Averroes. Averroes was born on April 14, 1126 in Cordoba, Spain. The name Averroes is a Latin translation of the Arab name scrolling across your screen now, which I won't even try to pronounce. Averroes was born to a family with a long and respected pedigree of public service. Both his grandfather and his father held the position of chief judge of Cordoba. Averroes received a traditional education for his time. He began his variety of studies with linguistics, scholastic theology, mathematics, medicine, and philosophy. During his childhood and teenage years, Averroes lived under the last period of Muslim rule in Spain, which influenced his education. At a very young age, Averroes began to study extensively and even write on philosophy and religion, the origin of the universe, and metaphysics. Averroes excelled in medicine. His proficiency was noted by his peers, which can be found in one of his major works, or more commonly known in his English name as the Generalities. Averroes began to study the philosophies of both Aristotle and Plato. After extensively studying the philosophies of both, he began to believe and argue that the philosophy of Aristotle was significantly different from that of Plato. He then devoted his work to identifying the differences between the two and even tried to convince others to see from his point of view. Averroes wrote commentaries on the writings of both Aristotle and Plato. He had three different types of commentaries on both. One was the short commentary, which is an epitome. 2 was the middle commentary, which is a paraphrase. And 3, the long commentary, which is an in-depth and detailed analysis of each line of the entire work. Averroes believed that the poetics and rhetoric done by Aristotle were both a part of his work on logical thought. Averroes wrote a commentary on Plato's Republic. In this commentary, Averroes agrees with Plato on the society he forms. He supports an authoritarian model with an absolute monarchy. He believed this monarchy should be led by a perfect philosopher king who would create justly order among the city and citizens. He also believed the young needed to be raised properly in order for the city to be successful. There is some speculation that Averroes felt he could be the philosopher king of such a city. However, there is not enough evidence to support nor deny this claim. Aside from the commentaries Averroes wrote on Plato and Aristotle, he also wrote some of his own philosophical works. One of his most famous works is The Incoherence of the Incoherent. In this work, he defends the Aristotelian philosophy. He defended this against that of the author you see on the screen, who wrote The Incoherence of the Philosophers. The Incoherence of the Philosophers proposed that the writings and teachings of Aristotle were self-contradictory and insulted or offended the Islamic teachings. To start off his argument in his work, Averroes first argues that the Incoherence of Philosophers' arguments were false. He claims that the Incoherence of Philosophers was aiming the argument or attack in the wrong direction. Averroes states his points through mostly dialogue. He takes quotes from the Incoherence of Philosophers, in response to them and proves how and why they are wrong. The overall goal Averroes had when writing this was to defend the doctrines of the philosophers and also create a harmony between faith and religion, more specifically between Islam and Aristotelian ideas and philosophies. Averroes' attempt to connect both philosophy and religion had its successes and its failures. Many people from the Islamic religion were not willing to accept the connection between the two and had a closed mind. Some even began to think that Averroes was going against the Islamic faith by trying to connect the two. This connection between philosophy and religion became the core of Averroism. Unfortunately, in 1198, Averroes passed away. However, his thoughts and philosophies live on in modern-day society and philosophy.